but she had to have a real tree. And so we got a real tree. And now, and we started doing that because we'd lived together for a minute before we got married. Now it is something I look forward to. Like one of the events of the year for me is when Norma and I go to pick out our Christmas tree.
Do y'all go to the farm? You go to Christmas tree farm?
Still just go to Home Depot.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you do this every year?
Every year we get a real tree.
You can't keep the tree, Charles. So we know you still got all the tree.
Wait. You still? Bro, Christmas ain't Christmas. I ain't judging.
No judgment for
But Christmas ain't Christmas without a real tree.
You too?
I mean, real tree.
My tree is real because I can touch it.
Okay.
It don't have to be.
Okay.
You don't like sweeping up needles.
I don't. No. You know,
they make an apron for that, you know.
You gotta put the apron down there, don't you?
Oh, man.
I want to be able to put my tree together and watch it build. Bow. I don't, you know. Now, my fear now is that we talk again.
Watch this episode.
Not gonna be a real tree now.
It's even magical when you go and cut it down by, you know, they give you a saw. See how Nelgan, they got, it's 2 or 3 Christmas tree farms. We've added that into ours now.
Oh.
I used to be to go to Home Depot, but now since we're out in Nelgan, we go to the farm. Okay. So now we take all the nephews and we make a whole little day.
I want to let y'all know I will be cutting all of this out of the.
We go out there, like, either we try to do it after Thanksgiving, but if we don't, we go like a week after Thanksgiving and go out to the farm.
But now the one thing that Norma embraced of my tradition was Alabama football. On Saturdays, there are no plans. So on Monday, we start discussing what we're gonna eat on Saturday for the game. I'll never forget. I will never forget the first year she started watching it, like really watching it with me. The first season she watched, we won the national title. The next season, we were undefeated. We were like 6 games into the season, and we played at Texas A&M.
No, not the Aggies.
And we lost. And that was the first loss that Norma had experienced since being an Alabama fan. And I'm talking about like screaming at the TV Alabama fan.
Yeah.
And that was the first loss. And I had to like put my arm. She was so mad. And I'm that way too. But I saw how she was mad, and I was like, well, you need to be mature this time. You're usually the immature one, but don't be a baby. And I put my hand on her shoulder, and I said, baby, it's all right, we do lose. And before I even got it out of my mouth, I was going to say we do lose sometimes. I said we do lose. She was like, we do not. And I thought that's my boo right there.
Yeah, that's a ride or die.
That's my boo right there. So that's
you was the one.
Yeah, exactly. That's one she's adopted from me, and it's now a thing.
You know, for sure.
That is dope. That's dope. Hook 'em horns.
How about them dogs, though? Hey, we don't even remember. Why are we even going there? Like that.
What's your brother-in-law? Your brother-in-law said.
My brother-in-law.
Remember he tell you? He said, "What sound does a hurt dog make?"
Man.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
I almost blocked him for that. That's so disrespectful.
That was a good one.
He said, "I want to let you know." So I adopted that tradition.
Yeah, that's. It was a bad day. It was a bad day. You know, whatever. You win some, you lose some. Okay. So
that's so funny to me. All right, one more before we get to our rapid fire. When having to apologize, how do you approach the apology, and how do you or us, anybody can answer this, by the way, show that it's real or genuine? Tough. No, nobody like this part.
Well, you answer it then.
I don't know. I think.
Yeah, there you go.
I ain't no problem. I ain't scared. I don't think. I try not to have to apologize too much, but when I do have to apologize, take ownership of a mistake, or Even the time when I forget something, I've learned, Lord have mercy,
Getting older.
to keep account. Yeah. I used to try to keep everything in my head, and I would forget. I'd be late. I'd be done scared of something. Maybe to watch the Texas Alabama game or something. We're supposed to be here at 5. My bad. So to now kind of prevent or to minimize having those issues, I'm learning to keep account now. So if I do miss something, yes, I have to take ownership, because I used to be like, girl, well, no. I learned to take ownership of it, number one. Number two, to let her know and validate her feelings, and let her know that, hey man, I realized that I was the one that screwed up. Learn that through my circle also, because I used to just be like, man, you be mad if you want to.
Yeah.
Do your thing. I'll be in the room when you're ready to talk again, But I think meeting it head on and just taking ownership has been the most productive way for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She may still be upset, but at least her feelings have now been validated.
Yeah.
And she knows that, hey, you took ownership of it.
Yeah.
But, I try not to make them same mistakes again.
Yeah.
You're going to make some mistakes.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. As long as you're human, you're going to make some mistakes. But just learn to
We
take
are not
ownership of it
perfect people.
and validate her feelings. Because you want yours to be validated if she make a mistake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I think that's probably the biggest thing is just being able to acknowledge. And I think it's, with my wife, it's she's the person that wants to get it done right then and there. And I know that about
She's
her.
my sister for real.
I know that about her.
Yeah. You need to know it.
But that's not me. So it's like,
Let
okay,
me think about it.
just a little bit. And I in the quiet times when I'm in thinking or when we're not speaking because I'm thinking or she's kind of stewing about it, I'm like, okay, come on, brother, that's you
messed up.
You could have did that totally different.
Yeah.
You could did that. When you gonna say it? When you gonna say something? And it's like, so I move around. Okay, you know what?
Test the water.
Yeah, I know I shouldn't have did that. Like I know that it's I hear what you're saying and I apologize because I was wrong. Yada yada yada. And it's like once doing that, there's a weight that's lifted. Even though, like I said, we still may not be lovey-dovey and huggy-kissy, it's at least in the atmosphere of trying to calm the storm because it's, but it's a point of, pride is
It is.
he is big. He big. He's swole. He's a big one. And he will always have you in a chokehold. Don't say nothing. Straight face. Don't stand on business.
Just
it's like,
sit there.
It's like,
You know
why
what?
though?
Me mugging.
Yeah. Turn your back on. It's like